Hi, my name is Amina. We got very good resources and advice from our group, and what we came up with, we have a short-term pressure. We have to pressure the Treasury and State Department to involve ARC and USAID in order to work with us. And our long time will be to change legislation in the Patriotic Act, Amendment Act.
Because when we question all those things, we realize that we need a legislature support. And you cannot do that much without also doing some implementation or amending some policies that are affecting us. And we realize the Budget Act will be one of it, and we have to amend that Budget Act, then we can come up with some long-term better solution, and our life is going to be easier. And we experience not only many transfer issues, but many other profiles going on. So that will help many things. So thank you.
So the moving from sick care to strengthening well-being. Where are you, Lori?
Right here. I had a great group. In fact, I walked away thinking this is bigger than I thought it was, even though I already thought it was really big. So my piece was really about constructing a new social architecture for health. Remember, not healthcare, but health and well-being for individuals. And after a lot of dialogue, there were two things that came forward. One was asking the question, what is health to people? So really getting out there and understanding what that is, and that can be done in many different ways through social media, in different ways. And then to actually look at healthy models that are out there. So health being all different kinds of things, environmental health, food health. So looking at all the different social sectors that are out there and beginning to sort of create a repository of healthy models. And then once you get that repository, really thinking about how you can create that architecture from there.
Nonprofits can be more impactful in moving the needle. Where are you, Jim?
I'm making it up as we go along. Okay, so we had how do we make nonprofits more impactful to change, move the needle? And so I think the central storyline was that the container of nonprofits was too small. That we needed to approach this more broadly with state and local government, with for-profit and nonprofits. And that we needed, the other central storyline was that we needed to be more mission-driven. That a lot of us have gotten siloed within our nonprofits. That we've come to sustain the organization above solving the mission that we were formed to solve. And that we needed to get out of that mindset and reverse the incentives to take a more holistic viewpoint of that. The way we could do that was through, to break those mindsets, was through new exchanges where we might learn from even other people in nonprofits might have a different perspective, might challenge the assumptions that we've been working under. And then also have those exchanges where when we're working with people within a problem area. Oh, my goodness.
Urban Youth Conservation.
Hey, how you guys doing? I just want to say I had the best group out of everybody in here. You guys really helped us a lot. Really, it was serious help. Our topic was 501c3 infrastructure. We got some help. A lot of people around. It's already over.
No.
So our infrastructure needs to be a lot tighter. We already got the youth. We just need to basically kind of bring them together and bring our board together with this more of a structure. So thank you. Hold on a second to us and say one thing. Oh, thank you very much.
Ending prostitution and trafficking. Where are you, Kim?
So I too had a great group of innovators. I think we all had the best groups, maybe. Someone had mentioned the container. I realized when I came to this discussion that we approached this issue with a very small container, and our group really helped us think about how do we exchange beyond it and expand it to be thinking about that. that focused on that this is not just a women's issue, but importantly a man's issue, and that this impacts cross-culturally with multiple ethnicities, races, and classes with this. And the real essence of our conversation was really that we need to really heighten awareness with an emphasis on leading to action around it. That there are a number of campaigns we can learn from. The backpack campaign someone mentioned on see something, do something, so that we all realize that we have a role in impacting this issue, and that this is a community-wide response and leading to action. But equally important, we need to create safe spaces in which people can have honest dialogues that are survivor-led, and really harnessing technology to tell one story to reach many.
Need to hit the accelerator button. So will the people who are going to give the next 4 presentations please come and sit in the 4 directions around me? And we will give you the microphones, and you can just all, when one person finishes, the next person starts. We can just sort of get through the process a little more quickly. So I'm going to pass the mic to John.
So our 2 groups looked at 2 slightly different barriers to making all the affordable housing in Minnesota sustainable. One was looking at developer hesitancy or resistance, and the other was looking at moving into new areas. In both cases, the ideas that we came up with were very similar. They both included introducing new people into the conversations. In one case, involving residents more, and in the other case, it might be mentors of successful developers or local city officials. And then the other thing that both groups also had was increasing feedback and using feedback differently to get new ideas or get new perspectives on how and why we do that.
From the credit union discussion, when we came back, what I really saw was the need to identify the demographic most in need of our financial services, just beyond the Black community. I also was surprised to see that it was more than just, I wasn't really surprised, but it was great to see that it was more than just Black people interested in this. Also looking at different economic identifiers, lifestyle, and entrepreneur identifiers. And then also, which was a great idea, to identify outside organizations and communities with potential interests and assets.
Entrepreneurship, where are you?
Okay, ours was strengthening tourism and entrepreneurship through social innovation. And we really talked about how in our state we don't have a lot of incentives here through our tourism department for micro enterprise and small business development. We really need a travel collaborative to support and increase visibility of local food, art, culture, heritage entrepreneurs throughout the state. We talked about the need for getting together and creating and sharing and stealing ideas to help make our projects better, to make our communities more welcome, and providing resources for small and often ethnic businesses, and to help develop quality products and services for small businesses.
So we were using tax time and wraparound financial services for improving your financial health and the lives of families in the metropolitan area. And we talked a lot about relationships, that the family, whether individual or a whole clan, can be the container for a lot of this discussion, that it relies on relationships and experiences, and to recognize that there's a whole wide array of those differences, but that there's really new connections, and we really tap the power of the group in both experiences with financial health and getting through crises to think about how to help people connect their present to their future, and thinking about how their financial lives also can connect to those hopes, dreams, and desires, and using volunteer and training and making new connections in the community as an important next step.
So, yes, here we go. We had some incredible ideas that were shared, and I was part of a sculpting group, so if I move around a little bit, it's only reminiscing. So one of the things that we talked about is that our project, working with urban farmers, is really good right now with our expertise of like working with land, being able to be connected, really getting connected to that food process. But in terms of what came out of our discussion, we found an importance of being able to formalize and strengthen the connections that we have to with our farmers to larger networks. That's distribution, that's other growers, but really being able to strengthen those connections and make sure that people are more. Well, there's a term, web of interconnectedness that I really like. So one of the action steps was to have a stakeholder audit to prioritize.
That's social entrepreneurs with mentors to accelerate learning, innovation, and impact. Beth?
Our group had so many ideas. I think I'm still taking notes, but there were two main things that came out of mentoring social entrepreneurs and change agents. One, finding ways to make it real, making people can visualize what that kind of relationship really was. But interestingly, mentoring is basically one-to-one. But one of the main ideas from our group was building a community of sharing, so that we don't get siloed and we're not just having one person teach one person, but how mentors can teach each other and how the community as a whole can learn. Thanks.
Thank you. Last but not least, Mark and Kathy, cultivating well-being in the classrooms.
Flash mob.